And we're recording. Yes, folks, we are recording the review this time. The review of the last map we just did, which was called Death from Above. Now, we started this on a beach, managed to trek through a town, even further through a town to get to a rocket ship that took us to space. And that's where we had to rescue. Was it necessarily needed to be called Death from Above?
No, because that's not death from above.
No, because nothing was coming down that was killing us.
I agree. It just... It didn't make sense. I mean, I understood the concept, like, yeah, you're killing things from above the planet, but if you're going to start it off that way, we kind of expect to be in space on the very first map.
Well, the term death from above means death is coming down from above, not that you're
That,
killing
that
things
too,
above.
but from the screenshots, most of them were presented in space.
Are they?
Well, I
I
seen
didn't really look at the screenshots.
I seen one of them, and the first one was rated in space. So I was considering, I was like, okay, this might be a space version of a map. It looked interesting and everything. And then we got this. And the only time we were in space was on the finale. Nothing wrong with that. The map in general, it was kind of generic. It was a map. It was better than some we have played. It was a little challenging. But then you have a great, kind of a bad puzzle. Like, it doesn't execute very well. I don't know if the code is wrong, but you gave us a code. We did the code. It lit up all the things, but it still said wrong combination. I don't know if you guys still need to fix that or what, but it needs to be fixed. So, yeah. Anything to add? Apparently not. So, let's get going. 5 stars max, 1 star minimum. Number 1, number of infected in this campaign. Keel, what'd you think?
Well, actually, a little bit too much, wasn't it?
Well, depends.
It was. You know it.
Depends.
I'll give it half a star.
Okay, Dread?
Give it half a star. It was overwhelming at points. I got the puzzle.
I'll give it 3/4. The puzzle, yes, that one is a bit overwhelming. For the most part, they weren't much of a problem, though. It was only at the puzzle that it seemed that way, and then there was also the long part, but those are still minor parts. So I can't really judge it too harshly on that. But for the most part, it was alright. There's really not much to say. It was alright. Moving on to length. This is an hour and 15 minutes that it clocked in with one restart. Keel, what'd you think about length?
Length. No. Seemed fine. 1 star.
Alright. Dread.
I'll give it a star. It was okay for length.
And I agree, it is 1 star all the way. It follows within our guidelines. Usually if it's a 5-part map, which I believe this one was, it can range from past an hour and it'll be fine. Though given the restart was there, that maybe took 10 minutes off that, still, it was a fine length. It was challenging enough to keep it the length not artificial at times, given the combination lock was a bit artificial. It really wasn't too much of a factor. So yeah, it's a full star. Moving on from that, difficulty. Keo, what'd you think about difficulty on this map?
Wasn't terribly bad. A few areas seemed a bit off, I thought. So I'll give it 3/4.
Alright, Dread.
This is design, isn't it? Or
Difficulty.
difficulty. I'll give it a quarter of a star because it was extra difficult for me.
Could you please elaborate that?
Being black and white. And then lighting the tank on fire and then getting killed because of it.
Well, you did throw the rock at your head. I'm amazed that we normally survive that in the first place, but that's the game for you. Any other things you want to elaborate on the quarter of a star besides being black and white and get hit by a tank when you were black and white?
There were not a lot of health items. We only found one defibrillator, and you weren't even able to use it because there were so many common.
All right, that's better. Because of that, I'll give it a half a star. It's not bad in terms of weapons. There's weapons all over the place. The weapons to specials ratio was fairly balanced. With the defibrillator, that is a problem. There should be at least 2 or 3 in every map, and we only found one. Given we didn't explore every single fucking area of this map, but we only found one still, and that's a problem. Another problem is that combination. It's buggy. We did everything right. We know we did everything right because the things lit up the correct way. Judging by that, your combination's kind of fucked up. I don't know if it's supposed to be the specific combination you had on the wall, or if we had to do a math problem and go step by step, which I believe was the step-by-step combination, but it's broken. It just doesn't work. That needs to be fixed. The next thing would probably be, it needs more health around it. Obviously, yes, I've seen a lot of pills. I've seen a lot of adrenaline. I didn't see a whole lot of med packs till later in the map. And even then, it didn't seem like there was a whole lot of them. Case in point, part 4. Dredd couldn't find a health pack for the life of him. Given we started out with med packs, even at that point, we got our asses handed to us when we were moving on. Anything could happen. He got hit by a rock. That he was black and white. There's nothing you can do about that. But still, he got wrecked. So yeah, you need to add an ability to give us another med pack somewhere along the track. May it be hidden or not. Moving on to design. What did you think about that, Keo?
It was okay, but I don't know. And there's some of the flow I think didn't feel right for me. The flow of the design.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you start on a beach and then you wind up in space. It just doesn't seem like practical progression to me.
Okay.
Beginning and end points do not match proper here. Just saying. I'll give it half a star.
Alright, Dredd.
I'll give it a half a star. It's a little boring. Nothing really came out at us.
Yeah, I agree, but I'm going to give it a lower score than you guys. It's a quarter. First off, it does not stick. The name does not fit for this map. That is a big problem with it. I understand what you were trying to do. The idea of going into space, technically there's zombies up there, that's death, and we're fighting above the earth. It makes a little sense, but when you name a map called Death from Above, we immediately think, okay, there's probably something raining it down upon us that's going to kill us. That's what Death from Above kind of means in a general sense. But the next thing that kind of makes this problematic is, the design flow is just really off. It doesn't help. Again, starting from the beach, that's unnerving. It was the first thing we were kind of shocked about. It was like, wait, we're starting on the beach? Why? And then we're going through a town, but we don't have that whole thing. We went through suburbia, then all of a sudden to the town, and we were in the town for a while until we got to the rocket ship. And that was pretty much it. Um, the only thing that seemed well designed was the fact that you had the space look almost pretty. It was very pretty to see the Earth in the background, the moon in the other side of it. See the space station. That was very creative, but everything else felt really generic. It was just like, okay, we played maps that are like this. The only thing you guys did better is the fire maze effect, because you did it the right way, unlike Freezer Burn, where you had invisible walls that apparently were on fire. Um, so you did some of these right. You did make it challenging, but at the same time, you did a lot of generic stuff to it that we've seen in other maps. Um, yeah, it's not the greatest of designs. It could be improved upon. Especially another part would be that combination. That needs to be improved upon a lot more. Specifically, the combination. You got to put it in a different place. At least have it again in the other room, because for the life of me, we didn't even know the combination until we started searching around, and we had to start the event regardless. So, yeah, you need to improve that somehow. Um, it's really all I can say on design. Um, this brings us to the last one, recommendations. Keo, do you recommend it?
Not really, actually. No.
So you want to give it 0?
Yes, no.
Okay.
I see what you did. It's not bad, but I just wouldn't recommend it.
All right. Dread, do you recommend it?
No.
Do you want to give a reason why?
It's not that interesting. It was a little boring. 0.
All right. I'll give it a quarter of a recommendation. Let me try to explain why. I like the idea behind it. It's a nice idea. The combination idea, well, good idea. It works for any map. You just got to make it work. It's kind of broken at the moment. The second thing is the space station. That needs to be more used. Perhaps a change of the name of the map would also help it too. These are really minor things that could be better. Eliminate the whole beach thing, because that is just off-putting. Make it a place where there is an actual space station located in the Earth. That would make it help. So, like, start us from, I guess, Houston or wherever that has a space station. Start us from near NASA, wherever it's located. Hell, you could do that same with Russia or any other country for that matter. It just needs minor fixes to make this a little bit more sense through to us. Make this flow a lot better. Make the design of the map a little bit better. I like the idea behind the combination because it was an original thought. It had some custom ideas to it. It didn't feel generic. It just wasn't well executed. The same thing with the space station. It did have that generic feel, but it was still original enough to where it overpowered generic feel. And the little touches of being in space, that you would see the Earth, you would see the moon, the fact that there's a UFO on the space station, that there's an escape pod that we have to get to, that's the rescue vehicle. Some of these things, well done, it just wasn't executed the way we thought it should have been. So yeah, other than that, I can't give it any higher than a quarter. It just needs a lot of fixing. So, any of you guys have to add any more to that, or you guys just have nothing left?
I'm good.
I take it Dread doesn't have anything to add either.
Not really.
Okay. Well, on the account that Meta is not here with us, I have to do the whole thing again. Please like, subscribe to, and comment on our videos. To the creators, please PM us on YouTube so we can talk to you personally, of course. And to the commenters and subscribers, please provide us feedback. We'd like that. It helps us make our videos better. It helps us make the reviews better, the playthroughs, see if we need to fix them. We want to have better feedback. If you think we should be playing with vanilla, no skins at all, go for it. We'll talk about it, see if we want to do that. If you think that we should be playing with skins, or if you want us to play a specific map and it's been recommended by more than one person, we might even try it out just to see how it's like. And for requests especially, we will do custom maps for requests, all that stuff. So please do that, and I hope you enjoyed the videos that we post on YouTube, and we'll see you later.